Hi everyone, welcome to UKIYN EcoPeace Cafe. So we are doing like series of webinars since August, and now we are in a like starting a new stage and dealing with mentorship, community building, and exploring how to implement projects at the grassroots level. And also we will have a session on reflective practices. Today we are having the session on mentorship. Today we will explore like how can be a mentor and how can be a mentee also. So this is kind of an experiment, and this will be a very interactive session. So we will share our stories and also lessons we learn. And I hope all of us have a mentor at some point of our life who help us to continue our journey, especially professional journey. So let's begin this session. And I am Greshma. I am joining you from India. And I am the founder of EcoPeace Cafe, and I'm currently associating with Religion for Peace and hosting UKIYN EcoPeace Cafe sessions. So once again, welcome to everyone. And so it's the time now to know each other better. So I would like to welcome all of you to share your name and the topic that you are most passionate about. So I will stop sharing my screen so we can see each other. So we can do a short ice-breaking session. So please feel free to share your name and the topic you are really passionate about. So for me, I'm really passionate about peace building and environment. So I would like to pass this to Jeeves.
Amazing. Well, lovely to be here, guys. So I'm Jeeves. A topic that I'm very passionate about is interfaith. It's what I spend my life and time doing. It's what I did my master's degree in as well. So I'm very busy time right now, as I'm sure you'd expect in the sort of interfaith sector. But other than sort of professionally, I also love football. I think what I'm most interested in from the eco talks, because I know you guys have done so many of these now, which have been great. I came to the tree planting one. I absolutely loved it. So that was definitely my favorite one. Yeah, I'll pass on to Christian. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I am Christian Lupemba from Kinshasa in DRC, Congo. I am passionate about education as a teacher, but mostly about acquiring knowledge in order to transform society. So I am interested in helping young people in acquiring knowledge on, for example, environment or on IT or any other knowledge so that they can use it to transform their lives or the lives of the community. So that's what I'm passionate of. I will pass on to Riaz.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Riaz Mukamzi. I am originally from Afghanistan, but from 1st of November, I have moved to other country because of some security concerns. So it is 12 a.m. here, and I have been working in peace building since 2017 in Afghanistan, and I am very passionate about mindset changing, especially like from negative to positive. Thank you. And I will pass to Samira.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samira. I live in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is a small country in Southeastern Europe. I work for URI, which stands for United Religions Initiative. And through my work as the regional coordinator there, I get to support many grassroots groups and work with activists such as Greshma. And what I'm passionate about is meaningful youth engagement and empowerful, the accent being on meaningful. And that's what brings me to this conversation. Mentorship is a great and important part of that. So I'm happy to be here. And I'm sorry I'm off camera. Ben, go.
Hi, yeah, I am currently based in London, UK, and I'm passionate about peace building through compassionate communication. I'm doing that through academic research and various forms of psychotherapeutic modality, and especially interested in applying with an interfaith backdrop. That's me, and I'll.
Father Julius, originally from Kenya, but I work in the Philippines. What I'm passionate about is the topic on sustainability. That is what I am passionate about. Let me pass to Aisling.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Aisling. I'm based in England, and my passion is probably peace education. It's what I do for a living, but also within that and outside of that, very passionate about kind of youth voice and how we engage young people and being change makers. And I suppose I'll pass on to Nima if Nima's there.
Thank you so much. My name is Nelly Minja. I'm from DRC Congo. I'm passionate with natural. Thank you so much.
So thank you, thanks everyone. So we have young people, or most of the young people are here from UK, Africa, and Philippines, Afghanistan, and I'm from India. So we have such a diverse group and such diverse experience. And most of us are interested in interfaith, youth engagement, compassionate communication, education, and sustainability. So, Eda, we missed you. Like, please share.
Hi everyone. I think everybody in this room knows about me. So this is Adam Allah Hussein. I'm the youth coordinator for the Religions for Peace United Kingdom. And I'm very, very passionate about what brings us here: education, sustainability, environmental issues, humanitarian issues, interfaith conflicts, and etc. So I'm really looking forward to this mentorship. Greshma, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Eda. So now we are going to discuss about what are your expectations from this mentorship session. So when we designed this project, we thought, like, after having so much sessions on different topics, like from August, we are discussing about sustainability, we are discussing about how to protect ecosystem, and also how to counteract hate speech and build peace. So we had like lots of information and lots of wisdom already shared with the participants. So we thought like we really need to take actions. And every session we talk about like, yes, we need to take actions. So how to take these actions and how can we implement projects at the grassroots level? So we need to talk that, and also for that we need like support from each other, and also we need guidance. So that's why we put this sessions like mentorship session. So we would like to know, like, when you register this for this program, what was your expectation? And from this session, and they're like 2 hours, we are going to spend this 2 hours, and I hope like we will make this connection like for a long term. So what are your expectations from this session? So Eda will share one Jamboard link, so you can use that and click that, so you can take the stick notes and type like what are your expectations from this mentorship session. So based on that, we can talk more. So please feel free to share your thoughts with us. I can see some comments. How can I have a positive impact on my local environment? Who do I need to partner with? What tools do I need to succeed? Yes. We are expecting more, so please share and learning more about learning from other participants. Some key elements of good mentorship and how can I incorporate this into what I do. Learn more about how to bring positive impact with sharing information with my community, with youth and vulnerable groups to bring a collective sustainable action. Design a pathway to support young people towards self-realization and service to the community. To build leadership capacity on how to mentor young people to take positive actions in their life. Learn more about the intersections between peace, building, ecology, and mentoring. My expectation is to learn what are expectations of mentorship from different actors and what changes can be made through mentoring. Yeah, I hope. Any other thoughts? How do I change the world for the better? Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and yes, we are also prepared based on these thoughts, and yes, we will be discussing about how can we connect and how can we like identify the key elements of good mentorship and how can we practice it. And also I prepared few slides on effective practice of mentorship, and also we will have a speed networking, so you can also have more connections and share your contact information. So yeah, and yes, one more, to mentor myself for the roles I do and common pitfalls and what to avoid, helping you to discover your strengths so that you can use them to benefit others. Any other thoughts? Otherwise, we can move. I'm going to stop share the screen, and if you have other thoughts, please please feel free to share it here, and we will come back at last and see like whether we meet our expectations or not. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And
hello, sorry for joining late. I'm at dinner, that's why I've got my camera turned off. But I was part of Religions for Peace until last year, and Ed has kindly invited me again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else is going to come up. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Finn. So we are discussing about mentorship and how can we help each other. So we just started like brainstorming and sharing our thoughts. So same definition, like what mean by mentorship is the activity of giving a younger or less experienced person help and advice over a period of time, especially at work or school. So it's just a theoretical definition of the term mentorship. And I'm sure like you maybe act as a mentor already and you may be a mentee. So we have a video here. So Ida will play it now.
At this moment in your life, where are you seeking advice and coaching? I have a few mentors, people who I love, and I have a very specific sort of definition of a mentor. You know, so I have a mentor. a remarkable human being, right? Who's been there for me. He's been good to me. And look, he's much older than me. He's accomplished much more than me. He's an amazing guy, right? And I said to him, I love that you're my mentor. And he replied, and I love that you're mine. And I realized that this whole mentor-mentee relationship is unbalanced, right? It creates this sort of strange power dynamic that I know everything and you're the mentee. And so my new standard is, occasionally I'll get a phone call from somebody that says, hey, Simon, will you be my mentor? And my answer is only if you'll be mine. And in other words, I will only be someone's mentor if I want them to be mine. In other words, if there's something about them that I want to learn, I want to be around, I could learn, I could be around, then I will gladly share what I have as well. But I think mentor relationships aren't mentor-mentee, they should be mentor-mentor. And one should only agree to be someone's mentor if you want them to be your mentor too. And so the people I get advice from, I'm proud to say that I get to share with them also. And it's a mutual relationship. Of all the people that I would call my mentors, of all the people that I would say I learn a lot from, I know they would all say the same of me. And I'm proud of that.
It's about like we have 10 minutes and this time is to connect each other. So we are planning to have like 3 rounds, at least 3 rounds. So in the breakout session, you have one partner. So please feel free to share your name and where you are joining from and a little bit about your professional background. And also feel free to share if you are okay with sharing your contact information, please share it. And so so in one, like in the first round, you have like 3 minutes. So yeah, please take this time to listen and also share. So give the time to the first partner to speak and take notes, and then the second partner will second person will talk, and then come back to the main room and we will go for another round of networking. So please use this as an opportunity to connect and networking. Yeah, welcome back to the main room. And how do you feel now? Like, did you make any connections, or yeah, just maybe we can take 1 or 2 reflections?
I mean, I don't mind sharing. I mean, it's so great on both of the sort of networking opportunities I've had, because you don't often, or me personally, get to be in a forum when you get to talk to so many individuals from different countries. I mean, that's such a fantastic opportunity that we're given here. So no, it's so fascinating. And yeah, it's just lovely to meet everyone and see how they got involved in the EcoPeace Cafe. Some of the individuals that I've been spoken to said that they've gone to other ones in different countries as well. So this, because I only know it from Religions for Peace Youth Network, but there have been other sort of manifestations of it in the different countries. So yeah, really, really fascinating.
Thanks, Jeeves. And yeah, Riaz, please.
Yeah, thank you. So I was with Aisling in the group, so it was really nice to meet her. And the first positive point was that it was a little bit longer than previous one. So we had communication, and I found her working very impressive. And so we shared contacts, and we will work together, inshallah.
Thanks. Thanks, Riaz, for sharing. And any other thoughts? Father Julius, do you like to share?
Yes, it was nice to connect with Aisling, Ben, and then Carl. Actually, very often we meet on this platform, but we rarely connect much with each other. But I think this was a very good initiative, to have each other and even to share contacts, because that's how we can build our network. So it was very nice. Thank you.
Thanks, Father Julius. And
yes.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for sharing your time and building a network. So we also talking about how to build a network through mentorship. So thanks everyone. So we are moving to the next slide. So here also we are like practicing like confidence building and personal growth. So please imagine we are standing in a circle and making positive and confident statement about ourselves. So each person should complete the statement. For example, if I am talking like I am creative, so like that you can say using like I am dash. You can fill the word with some positive affirmation. So please use this time to share that. So after sharing, you can pass the ball to others. So let's stop sharing and we can see each other well. So please use this time to build that confidence. So think maybe you can take a little bit time to think like what word you can use. So
I'm proud of myself. At least I made this meeting this time.
Yeah.
It's not easy to be awake at 3 a.m.
Yeah, thank you so much, Father. Yes, we all are so proud of you. Like you take this time, and every time when you join, it's too late, but it shows like how passionate you are and how passionate to bring changes to the world. So thank you so much. And do you like to pass the ball?
I pass it to Ben.
A reminder of the prompt. I'm confident in X. Was that the prompt? Excuse me.
You can use any words, but start with I am. So
Yeah.
I am. So
Yeah, I am confident in mediation and conflict resolution, both through technology and in-person mediation. That's what I've been spending my many years. And I pass to Ashley.
Thank you. So I'm going to go for I am a change maker. And I'll pass on to Aparna.
So I would like to say that I am enthusiastic. So I get into things, I get in full force and with great enthusiasm.
yeah, please pass the ball.
Then I will pick you, Jeeves.
I'll say I am very determined because sometimes you have to be an interfaith. So I'm very determined. I'll pass over to Edda. Over to you, Edda.
I'm such an optimist. I'm trying to keep optimist. I want to be passionate about and hopeful about whatever is coming up, whatever good is coming up regarding environment, people, and the world. And I will pass the ball to Gulam. Hi, Gulam, welcome.
Hi, my video is, I'm not having a good network over here, so I'll prefer to speak rather than show up on video. Well, I'm, like you said, I'm also very optimistic and I look forward to a brighter future. I believe that the divine will is always in the best interest of mankind. So we must welcome the unfolding future with an optimistic outlook. Thank you very much.
Please pass the ball. So do you like to call someone? So we have Pal and Nima. Maybe Riyaz, you can.
Okay, thank you. So I am peace because I have worked for peace. And I'll pass the ball to Nima.
I'm confident in when I do do something in truth. Yes, I feel very confident. Thank you.
And please pass the board.
I pass to Christian.
Yeah, I will say I am an efficient learner and a devoted servant of the community. And I will pass the ball to Paul, South Africa.
Hello, everyone. I just forgot. I am resourceful. Yeah, there we go. Did everyone go?
We have Kim.
I am curious.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And I really appreciate how curious, how proud, and yeah, how determined you all are. And thank you so much for sharing those words. And now we are going to talk more about mentorships. And sorry. Yeah, so effective mentorship practices. So there are like 20 steps. So I would like to share this with you all. So please feel free to share your thoughts as well. So for effective mentorship practices, we have to establish clear expectations. So when you have a mentee or mentor, we should know like why we are here and what the mentee really wants. So our goals should be very clear, and we should have a very clear like expectations on mentorship, like what specific skills or knowledge the mentee wants to acquire, and also build trust and rapport. This is really important to build a trust, develop a trusting and open relationship by getting to know each other personally and professionally. Really helps for both the mentee and mentor. So when you watch the video, you may listen that like when the people ask for mentorship, he always tell them that not you just not look for a mentorship, like, but I am also looking for you, looking up to you as a mentor. So the learning will be both, and we have to create that inclusive and open space, and that creation of open space also help us to build more trust. So that gives like more openness and more open conversation. So that really helps to explore more things. And active listening, this is really important. And when you practice, like when you go for the speed networking, I hope you practice active listening while listening to your partner what they shared. So we, whenever we go for breakout sessions, we practice active listening. So listening to our partner and listening without judgments, like listen to the concerns or questions to the mentees, questions of mentees, and be empathetic for their challenges, like understand what they really need, what are their challenges. So this all can happen only by active listening. While you practice active listening, you can also give proper suggestions and feedbacks to your mentee. And then set realistic goals. We know like maybe we have like lots of dreams, but not everything can be a realistic goal. So set realistic goals and put like achievable goals in a particular time. Like, so make sure that we are setting the right goals and working together with your mentee to understand their needs and setting that goal. And also regular communication matters a lot. So if you get a mentee from this group, so make sure that you have a time to talk with them and also continue this conversation with your mentee or mentor. So And then we have to provide constructive feedback. So after discussing this, we have a short simulation, like we will practice how to do a mentorship program. So in that also I put after listening to your mentee, how can you provide constructive feedback for them? And it's easy to judge and give negative, but don't give them like a negative feedback, but give them like a constructive feedback. It should help them to grow, and it should give them the feeling of getting appreciated, and also feeling of, okay, we can grow. And while I am under this person, it really helps me to grow and explore more, and also share your knowledge and experience. So this will be from your personal stories, like how you go through, and not just sharing the success stories, but your your experience in, I don't like to call the word failure, but I'm sharing that experience of your journey also. Like, it's part of life. So not just success, but also the learnings that happened when you couldn't achieve something. So share that knowledge and experience with your mentees. That really helps them to learn and grow. And encourage critical thinking. This is really, really important. So while I was a child, I really don't know like about this critical thinking, or not just a child, but even in my college days, I don't have that much idea about critical thinking. But these days, young people really know about that, and they're reflecting on how to practice on critical thinking. So encourage them on these critical thinking skills, and develop problem solving skills by encouraging them to think critically and find solutions on their own, and promote independence. So sometimes this really happen, like when we give them the measures or give them the suggestion, then they have a feeling of depending us for everything. So don't create such situation. Like, give them the opportunity to learn and solve the issues their own, and promote that kind of feeling of independence, and empower the mentees. That's our aim. So empower them to take decisions their own, and also solve their problems. And that will also help them to gain confidence and skills. And also talking about network and exposure, like what we did right now, like we did a short, like we spend very small time on networking, but use this time to give them an exposure and network. Like, while we having the conversation with mentees, we know like what they need. So if you have a network or organization, you are connected. So give them an opportunity to connect with your people, your network, so that's the one way which we allow them to connect with the outside world, and giving them more opportunity of learning. And then we have to, like, both mentors and mentees should stay current with the trends. So there are like lots of changes happening at the world right now, and even in the interfaith and peace building field, every day we are seeing like lots of updates are happening, lots of things are changing. So stay updated and stay that information with the people, and also respect diversity and inclusion. We know like we are from different parts of the world, and we have like such diversity. So respect that, and like respect the individual preferences and respect the individual differences, and evaluate and adjust, like periodically assess the mentorship relation to ensure it remains productive, and make adjustment to it. So it helps both, like both mentee and mentor. Like when you share the feedbacks, please ask the mentees also to share the feedbacks, like how they feel. Like every time, please ask them how they feel about this experience, and learn from each other, and bring adjustment to your conversations, and bring more changes, and evaluate and continuously evaluate, like whether you achieve the goals or not, and how they feel it. And also be patient. Like even in the peace building field, we have to be more patient, because everything takes time. So we really have to be very patient about that. And yeah, as I mentioned, like, yeah, provide, sorry, keep proceeding. Yeah, maintain confidentiality, lead by example, documentation, and on a positive note, pay it forward. So these all are very important, and the very, very important thing is maintain confidentiality. Like while you bring, while you create the trust among the mentee and mentor, then there is a tendency of opening up, like having the very open conversation. So when they share their thoughts with you, their fears, their challenges with you, please make sure that it's in the room, not share it with anyone else. So please maintain the confidentiality and respect the privacy of both persons and keep sensitive information very confidential and lead by example. Like if you are a mentor, please you are becoming an example. So please set a positive example for your mentee, and documentation, keep records of discussions, goals, and progress to track development. So so as we like when we started this session, we did some one exercise on setting the expectation. So when we close the session, we will go through it and analyze whether we achieved that. So like that, please keep the goals and what tasks we take during the session. So that really helps us to track our development. And always end with the positive notes and give them more positive energy while having a conversation. And after this mentorship, please help them also to share their knowledge with others. So when you are having conversation and create some kind of mentorship platform or doing that, ensure that your mentee is also equipped to share that knowledge with others. So yeah, taking and giving it to others like a chain. So this is what I have to share with you, like in terms of effective mentorship practices. So now it's time to sharing the stories of mentorship. So yeah. So I invite all of you to share, like if you have some kind of experience in that. So whether you go through any kind of mentorship process, how did it improve your life and what changes happened to your life? So please feel this. Now the floor is actually open for you to share your thoughts.
Well, I suppose, so I was trained originally as a teacher, and as part of that, you have to have a mentor. It's kind of an built-in process, kind of recognizing that it's a process where you have to learn and kind of learn from the learnings of others as well. You kind of build that knowledge. And I think definitely, I think there was a process, a bit like what you were saying, Greshma, about kind of, getting people to pay it forward. There was definitely a sense of the person that I would go for kind of advice and just sometimes a shoulder to cry on when things went a bit wrong. I've learned so much from them that I was able to kind of give that back to them, but also then apply that when I had a bit more experience and were able to kind of encourage other people in their work. So I think it's those positive experiences of when you have a good mentor that I think helps you to then use your skills in being a mentor yourself, and it almost becomes a cycle where everybody is kind of mentoring each other, and it builds for a good working environment or just a good environment to be around, even if it's not in a professional kind of basis, I think.
Yeah, thanks, Aisling. And I'm seeing Christian, please.
Yes, I just wanted to share the small experience that we have with other youth working here in Kinshasa, is that we are engaging them to work with younger generation. So young people of 18 or 17 years old are encouraged to work with a younger generation of 12 or 11 years old, that they can build the capacities, because it's easier for those young generation to speak to those other younger and to try to help them, to explain them the path, how they started, what they did. And one element I would like to add to the different interesting points you have already shared is to have a learning posture. Because in this process of mentoring, it's not only the mentor, the mentee who is learning, but the mentor also is learning from the mentee. The only difference is that the mentor has gone through these things before the mentee and is helping him. But by working with him, he's also learning how to understand, because the mentee has a new understanding of the situation according to his age, according to his experience. And the mentor is also learning to understand, oh, this is how the younger generation is reflecting. This is how they are perceiving such idea or such other idea. And I think that is also a very important element, to have this learning posture. So we don't have to think that the mentor knows everything. He is guiding. So he has also to learn from the mentee. So that is what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Christine. Any other thoughts? Yeah, Father, please.
Yes, okay. I would like to just pick up from where Christian left, because he talked about the posture of learning. Actually, active listening is very important in that posture of learning, because I do a lot of mentorship, personal encounter with my seminarians for their spiritual accompaniment, and also for their human development accompaniment. And I found that active listening is very important, that you are also interested in understanding about their lives. But sometimes the active listening is very difficult. That is the learning posture. It is very, very difficult. Especially when there is not that mentor-mentor relationship. Because sometimes the mentee might also not be very interested. So there is that disconnection. The video from Simon Sinek was talking about the relationship. Are you willing to be my mentor, and I willing to be mentored also by you? So it is a two-way relationship. And when there is not that two-way relationship, the listening becomes difficult, because you don't connect with each other very well. So even if there is a intergenerational problem, but what makes it worse is when the two are not moving towards the same direction, to be able to listen to each other. So that is what I can add to that. Yes.
Thanks, Father Julius. And any other thoughts? And then, so yeah, so thank you so much, Aisling, Christine, and yes, Abana, do you like to share?
Sorry, yes. It's a new laptop, so I keep touching things accidentally. So yes, I wanted to, I really liked what Christian said about particularly the relationship, as being a very mutual thing, like learning. While initially there's always a tendency to assume that it's only the mentor who can guide or impart a knowledge on the mentee, but sometimes it's, after a while, after your relationship progresses, I think it's a very natural, healthy way to proceed to a point where both learn from each other simultaneously, and you evolve into, I think, a good partnership. Later on was which I think always it's a good learning point in terms of understanding what it's like to for the mentee in terms of a natural progression, and also for a mentor, I think accepting that the mentee is developing, because obviously in every relationship progression happens, right? So understanding that is always, I think, a healthy way to go about it. And I was thinking personally about my example from work. My colleague Frances, now she initially she started off as my mentor. When I came into the job, I started as somebody who would assist her and start learning, and then now I do run my own projects, and so in my projects I'm the lead and she helps me with my project. But then she has no issues doing that. She doesn't mind, coming back and asking my opinions on things, that this thing. So I think it's now evolved to a point where initially I was just helping her and helping her projects and learning what's her work, and what are the how she does things at handles things. I think slowly now, 5 years down the lane, it has evolved to a process that we both have things we work on together, where we're both equal partners. But then there are some things where she thinks that I might have a better grasp on things, so she prefers to take my opinion on those, whereas there are things that I still think that she handles better, so I defer to her. And it's come to a very nice partnership now, so which is, I think one of the most fruitful sort of mentor-mentee relationship I feel from in myself. I've had quite a few different of these types throughout my life, I think, but this is where I felt that very gradual and a very healthy progression in our relationship.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Aparna. This is also like talking about pay it forward, like like when you learn something from the other, you also have like assistants with you. You share the same knowledge like with others. And Aisling also mentioned about it. And as father was sharing that active listening is the most difficult thing. Like we have the tendency to, like when we hear the comments, we have the tendency to talk, but that time we really need to take pause and listen to the opposite person. But yeah, like even in practicing nonviolence communication, we say that it's really important to have this active listening, but still it needs practice to listen others and be with that person also. So thank you so much for sharing that. And Christine, I know like as an educator, you have like wonderful experience in that. And every day, like educators are like working with mentees, their students. So thank you for sharing that experience. Like any other thoughts? Otherwise, we have like one more breakout session, so we can move to that. So now we are moving for the breakout session. Here we are going to practice a mentorship, like kind of doing, maybe we can call it a role play. Each group there will be like 2 people. So one can assign the role as mentee and one can be the mentor. So the mentee is the first one who talks. The mentee to present their concerns, questions or challenges. And the mentor offer guidance, insights, and suggestions. So here you have to practice active listening. So while mentee talks to you, please listen to him or her, and then give guidance or insights on how to improve, and then engage in back and forth discussion. So after spending like 10 minutes, like listening to each other, then you have the time to have a discussion and allowing the mentee to seek clarification or ask follow-up questions. And then in the next 3 minutes, summarize the key takeaways from the discussion and agree on specific action item or steps the mentees should take. And then the 2 minutes, both mentor and mentee should provide feedback. And then in 1 minute, sharing the gratitude. So here we are just practicing like how to do a mentorship session like with mentees. So this can be on any topic. So before going for the discussions, you can discuss with your partner, like what topic you would like to focus. Like most of us are from interfaith or spirituality and sustainability background. So your conversations can be focused on that. And then one can take up the role of mentee and talk, like share your concerns and what your challenges, what are the challenges you are facing right now, and the mentor can offer the guidance and suggestions. So I hope you understand from this, and we will share this on the chat as well so you can see it. So I hope Eda can open the room. So all are back. So we just had a breakout session and we had a kind of role play of mentee and mentors. So we are going to hear from our participants, like how they feel. So we have a new participant here. She's Ariona. She's joining us from Albania, right? Albania, right? So Albania. Maybe you can introduce yourself and then we can go for the reflections. Ariona, please.
Yes, hello everyone. Nice to participate in this meeting. My name is Ariona Trila. I represent Albania. More specifically, I work as a lecturer in an American university. And I will be pleased to hear all your reflections.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Ariona. So now it's time for reflection. So it's a key tips for mentors and mentees. So it was about like be concise and focused and encourage active listening and create a safe and respectful environment and use the time efficiently, ensure that the mentee lives with clear action steps and a sense of direction. So I would like to hear like whether you able to focus on these things or whether you find it really challenging, especially like in active listening, and how do you feel like in creating a safe and respectful environment for our open dialogue. So now that now it's time for sharing your reflection, so please feel free to share.
Thank you. So it was really good breakout, and I was with Aparna. So I was mentee, and she was mentor. So I told her the problem and asked her for solutions. So she heard it very calm, and then she like instructed me. So the problem was, as I told, like we work in Afghanistan for peace building, and the government do not let us to work. So she said, like, you can find the similar situation in other countries if they are faced, and how they dealt with that and how they found the solutions. You can use their experiences, and you can learn from them. And also other instruction. So it was really good, especially like it was important to listen each other. And when you listen very good, you can answer that very good. So it was really good, and I learned a little bit more. Thank you.
Thank you. And while talking and while listening, did you face any challenge? This is like to Riaz.
No, actually, I have a friend. So she always says, like, we must talk like birds. So she says birds like one talk, another listens. When that one finish his or her talking, then other one. So our speech was good, and we had not any challenge at that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Christian?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me the floor once more. First, I would like to thank the one who made this breakout session, and may God bless him or her, because I was very happy to meet Father Julius, and fortunately he speaks French like me, so the conversation went out in French. We didn't speak English anymore. So it was very, very interesting. So I was the mentee and he was the mentor. I shared my concern about how we can help young people to see the importance of knowledge, not only the knowledge that we acquire at university or at school, but knowledge in general, even for people who have not attended school, and how they can use that knowledge to transform their own lives and the life of the community. And as an experienced man, he shared very, very interesting ideas. And I noted all them in my book, and I will start to implement them just by tomorrow. So I gave some interesting tips on how we can do. And one of the elements that I noticed, which was very interesting to me, was this idea of having workshops in rural areas. Those workshops will help people both to acquire knowledge, but also to have some practical session where they will learn how to do things. And it was very, very interesting. We talked about what was the assignment, and after that we also talked about us, about me, about him, about our religions. Also, we shared many things, and I think the connection is already down. We will continue the conversation later. So thank you very much. It was amazing.
Thank you, Christine, and I'm happy that the conversation was in French, so it makes like more linguistically inclusive. So and yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. And also I'm seeing that there is a potential connection in the future also, not just for the call. I hope you will be in touch, and please use this. And also we are sharing a link here. It's about mentor-mentee program. So please feel free to fill. So we can also make sure that we create this connection here. So there are like some questions related to if you want to be a mentor, like how much time you can spend and what are your expertise. And if you are a mentee, like if you are looking for a mentor, you can also share that, like what you are really looking for. So please feel free to use that link and share your expertise in that. So even after this session, we are planning more programs for next year, and we will have more in-depth discussions and also skill building. So for that also, it would be really helpful for this connection and for this mentoring support. So yeah, so please join us in the efforts to build more peaceful and inclusive world. So yeah, the form is here.
First of all, thank you, Riyaz. I think he oversold how helpful I was. But because when he initially proposed the problem, I think from the mentor point of view, I would say initially when you hear it, I was not sure how to go about it. And, I had to think quite a bit before proposing anything. And I had to, because it was a lot of, I think there was quite a different situation that I had not come across before. So it was a different way. I had to think a little bit outside the box and as well, but it was very nice talking to him. And also the second thing I wanted to ask was, to Eda, is it possible to get the Google form link and everything with some information about it as an email itself? Because I know people who would be interested in this thing, so I would like to send it on to my network. So if it's possible to get as an email with the link, that would be helpful as well.
Of course, I think Greshma, with the thank you email, we can make sure to send it to you with a good, guidelines with the mentorship.
Any other thoughts? I saw like there is like one more hand. I think that's from Tal.
Hi there. Yes. I'll try to be brief. I think my mentor or mentee is not here anymore, but I can speak on her behalf. It was Nima. We had a little bit of a challenge where we were both bilingual, but we managed to connect in English, and we tried to understand each other slowly. is this what you meant, or this is what I meant? We had to keep clarifying ourselves, and but we still managed to understand each other. I managed to learn the courses that Nima learned online, and she gave me the platform of where she got her knowledge. And since I was more stronger in English, and she explained to me how she had challenges in speaking in English, so I advised her on how she can probably read more or watch more UK-based documentaries, as they have professional English that may help her in her work. So yeah, I was very glad. Oh, I see she's joined now. But yeah, that's what I wanted to focus on, the language barrier and each other. Thank you.
Thanks, Pal, for sharing that. And also, like when I'm talking from EcoPeace Cafe side, we are trying to overcome this barrier. So we do workshops on their language. So we did like Spanish and French, and so we have this Spanish volunteers who do things like in Spanish language. So yeah, we are really trying hard to make it like more linguistically inclusive, because we encourage participants to share their thoughts. So it's really helpful that we have that opportunity in their own language, their own mother tongue. So that's really helpful for them to open up and have this conversation. So yes, we are trying to create such programs. So please have a look at our emails and newsletters. So when you receive newsletters from Religions for Peace, please take moment to read it. Don't just skip through it. So please click on it, read it, and we are also inviting you to schedule an interview. Like it's a short interview. We just want to hear your feedback. So it's mostly with me and Eda. So you can share your feedback with us. So that will really helpful for us to make changes to our next year's program or coming up programs. So please select the date and time. I can be available at your convenient time. So please use that opportunity. And yes, I think we have 5 more minutes. So any other thoughts or any closing reflections?
I just wanted to say that mentorship is really important, because with mentorship approach, actually the first steps of education starts. That's from my end. If you turn to be a good listener and approach a person with respect, like you're gonna learn something from them too, and have that passion and the light there, then you may be able to educate something or teach them something, because that is the first seeds of trust building as well. And wherever trust is there, then there is mutual sharings happen, according to me. So I find mentorship quite helpful and key in education. And thank you so much for all the sharings. It was really insightful from my end. And thank you all for joining us tonight. Back to you, Greshma, or yeah, whoever wants to say something.
Yeah, thank you, Eda. Just I wanted to like point out that point. In fact, like this session made our time valuable, very, because maybe we were sleeping. So just we learn here, and that's very important. So I think it was really good. Thank you for providing such a sessions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we have 1 more minute. So please use this time to share one word, like what maybe like a takeaway from this session. Please feel free to share how do you feel now in the chat. You can share one word. Also, in the coming up session, we are discussing about how to implement projects in the grassroots level and interact with the communities and make it success. And I will also share my experience of EcoPeace Cafe, how I start. So please join us. And it's still it's a night session. So I know it's hard to be there, but if you are if you are okay, please join us for that session. And after that, we will have a session on reflective practices. So we will reflect on what we did for 2023 and what we learned and how we can move forward. And also we will reflect on our own life and how we do things for leading a sustainable and peaceful life. So these are the 2 sessions in November. So please join us for that. And I can see the messages, grateful, encouraged, and we are waiting impatiently. So thank you so much for all the words and all the love. And yeah, stay tuned. And please follow us on social media. We are sharing lots of informative posts there, like how to take action after every webinar. So please have a look at it. It gives you more insights on how to take action within your communities.